Today we're reading A Pocket for Corduroy. Late one summer afternoon, Lisa and her mother took their laundry to the laundromat. Lisa carried along her toy bear, Corduroy. The laundromat was a very busy place at this hour. "Now, Corduroy, you sit right here and wait for me," Lisa said. "I'm going to help with the wash." Corduroy waited patiently. Then he suddenly perked up his ears. Lisa's mother was saying, "Be sure you take everything out your pockets, Lisa dear. You don't want your precious things to get all wet and soapy." "Pockets?" said Corduroy to himself. "I don't have a pocket." He slid off the chair. "I must go find something to make a pocket out of," he said, and he began to look around. First, he came to a pile of fancy towels and washcloths, but nothing was the right size or color. Then he saw a huge stack of colorful clothing in a laundry bag. "There ought to be something in there that I can make a pocket out of," he said. Without hesitating, he climbed inside the bag, which was filled with pieces of wet laundry. The dampness didn't bother Corduroy in the least. "This must be a cave," he said. "I always wanted to live in a dark, cool cave. That's where bears live, in caves." Later, when Lisa looked for her bear, he was gone. "Oh, Mommy," she cried, "Corduroy isn't here where I left him." "I'm sorry, honey," said the mother, "but the laundromat will be closing soon, and we must be getting home." Lisa didn't want to leave without Corduroy, but her mom insisted. "We can come back tomorrow," she said. "I'm sure you'll find him then." As they left, a young man wearing an artist hat was taking his wet laundry out of a bag, the very bag that Corduroy had discovered. Look, there he is. Before he knew it, Corduroy was just being tossed together with all the sheets, shirts, shorts, and slacks into the dryer. Just as the artist was shutting the glass door, Corduroy tumbled out onto the floor. "How in thunder did that bear ever get mixed up in all my things?" the artist thought. Poor Corduroy was wet all over. "The least I can do for him is give his overalls a good drying," said the man. He unbuttoned Corduroy's shoulder straps and put his overalls in the dryer. Corduroy grew dizzy as he watched the clothes spin around and around and around. "This would make a wonderful painting," thought the artist. He said as he took out a sketch pad out of his pocket and began drawing the spiraling colors. "I can hardly wait to get back to my studio." Finally, the dryer stopped whirling and the man gathered up the clothes. Then he helped Corduroy put on his warm, dry overalls. All at once, the manager of the laundromat called, "Closing time! Everybody out!" Corduroy was gently placed on top of the washing machine. "I wonder who that bear belongs to," said the artist as he was leaving. "He should have his name someplace. He's too fine of a fellow to get lost." As soon as the lights were off, Corduroy began his search again for a pocket. He was surprised to see something white glowing in the dark. "Maybe it's snow. I always wanted to play in the snow." He accidentally tipped over the open lid box, and suddenly he was covered in soft, slippery soap. "It's soap for the laundry." Gradually, Corduroy began to slip and slide. "Ooh, what fun," he thought with a smile. "I always wanted to slide down a steep mountain hill." He landed paws first in an empty laundry basket. "That must be a cage," he said, peeking through the bars. "I didn't want to live in a cage like a bear at the zoo. Look, he's sad." But by now, Corduroy felt drowsy, and he soon began to go to sleep. Next morning, when the manager came to open the laundromat, there was Lisa waiting. "I left something here yesterday," she explained. "Can I look around?" "Certainly," said the manager. "Customers are always leaving things." Lisa searched under the chairs and in the back of the washing machines. When she heard the manager call, "Hey, is this what you're looking for, señorita?" Yes, "That's my best friend," shouted Lisa. She reached in and picked Corduroy out of the basket. "So this is where you've been, you silly little bear," she said. It's time I take you home." Lisa thanked the manager and ran down the street, holding Corduroy tightly in her arms. "I thought I told you to wait for me," she said. "Why did you wander away?" "I went looking for a pocket," Corduroy said. "Oh, Corduroy, why didn't you tell me you wanted a pocket?" asked Lisa. That very morning, Lisa sewed a pocket on Corduroy's overalls. "And here's a card I made with your name on it for you to keep tucked inside," she said. "I always wanted a purple pocket with my name tucked inside," said Corduroy, as he and Lisa nuzzled noses. The end. See you tomorrow.